describe and perform operations on sets, right? So today we will do different operations on sets. What are the 4 operations which we are going to do? Those operations are union, intersection, difference, and complement, right? So union, for union, the symbol is this. I told you in the last class also. This is the symbol for union. This is the symbol for union. So for intersection, the symbol is this one, right? So the difference, for the difference, we use 2 symbols, right? What symbols we use for difference, right? And lastly, we are having last operation is called complement, as you can see on your screen. So complement is basically either you can write it like this. For example, if you want to write down a complement, so you can use a hyphen like this, or you can write down a sometimes with a C on the top. So these 2 symbols are representing the complement of a set, right? So we will start with the first operation, which is called union. So when you are finding union of 2 sets, so basically you are writing all the elements, either they are common elements or non-common elements once in the answer set, right? So first of all, we will write down the union of the first question. You can apply all different operations on these sets, like you can find out intersection also for your own practice, and you can find out difference also, all right? So first of all, starting with the first set. So please tell me the answers, raise your hand, participate during the class so that I know that you are learning or not. So what could be A union B? Set A is 2, 4, 6 and set B is 1, 2, 3. Ji Hashim, what could be A union B?
2, 4, 6, 1, 3.
Sorry, Bete, can you say that again?
2, 4, 6, 1, 3.
All right. So usually we write down the numbers in order. So we will write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So although in sets order does not matter, even if you write down 2, 4, 3, 6, 1, so that is also the similar set, same set, right? So this is the answer of A union B. Union is the first operation. It means that you need to write down the common elements as well as the non-common elements, right? So who can tell me what will be the answer of P union Q? P union Q. So this time anyone else? What will be the elements in P union Q? What about Arshman? Can you tell me, bete?
A, B,
Tabassal ji.
C, D, E, I, O, U.
A, B, C, D. And then E, I, O, U. That's right. So the common element is A, which will be written once in the answer, and the rest of the non-common elements will also be written once, right? So this would be the union set. So now the C part. C part is, now the sets are not written in the elements form. Sets are written in which form? Can any one of you tell me? We have discussed it in first or second lesson also. Which form is this? This is not element form. So this is called set
Set
notation form.
notation.
Set notation form, right? Elements are not written in elements form. Set is not written in elements form, rather it is written in set notation form. And we know that when we are going to do some operation, so first of all we will write them down in the element form. So we should know what are the elements of X and what are the elements of Y. So now let's read what is written inside this set. It's written X such that N belongs to N. What does this N means? What does this capital N stands for? This stands for natural numbers. This stands for natural numbers, right? So this means X such that N belongs to natural numbers and X is equal to 2N, right? So X is the element of this set X and N is the variable we are using inside. X is what? X is 2N and N is basically less than 4. So N is natural number, first of all. So we should know natural numbers start with 1 and N is less than 4. So can you tell me what are the values N can get? What are the values N can get? N starts with 1 and N is less than 4. So it means N would be 1, 2 and
3.
1, 2 and 3.
3.
So but N is not the element of the set. X is the element of the set. And the relation between X and N is that X is 2N. So what will be the elements of set X? When N would be 1, X would be 2. When N would be 2, X would be 4. And when N would be 3, X would be 6. So the X set contains 2, 4 and 6. Right? Any confusion in this? All right. So now let's write down the elements of set Y. So now let's look at this. X such that X is an even number less than 10. Even number less than 10. So what would be the first element? What is the first even number?
0,
2.
0, 2, 4,
4, 6,
6,
8.
8. So will 10 be coming?
no,
No, because it is less than 10, right? So these are the elements. So sometimes you can miss the 0 also because 0 is considered a neutral number. So you can skip that also. So now let's write down what is X union Y. So what will be X union Y?
0 to 468.
0 to 468.
2, 4,
So now
6,
this is
8.
very interesting. That's right. Acha, this is very interesting. I told you that the sets can have 3 different types of relations. What are those? First relation is overlapping. These we will be using a lot when we will do Venn diagrams. First relation is overlapping sets. When the two sets are overlapping each other, they are having some common elements and some of their own elements as well. Second formation is called disjoint sets. Disjoint sets are those sets when there is nothing common between two sets, right? The third formation is subsets. Okay, so if you look closely, part A and B, they are what kind of sets out of these three? Are they overlapping, disjoint, overlapping,
over,
right? Why they are overlapping? Why they are overlapping? Because if you draw their Venn diagram, so set A and set B, they are having 2 is common. So 2 will come in this overlapping part. Okay, and this 4 and 6 will come in the area which is only belonging to set A. And this 1 and 3 will come in the area which only belongs to set B. So this is overlapping formation, right? Same is the case here between P and Q. This A will come in the overlapping area, and then these elements like A, E, I, O, U belongs to set P, and B, C, D belongs to set Q, right? So this is also overlapping. So now what about in set C? What kind of formation is this? X is 2, 4, 6. Y is 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So what kind of formation is this out of these three?
Subset.
Subset formation. So if I draw the Venn diagram of these two sets, so this outer set is set Y because this is a superset, and the subset is set X. So just look at this. 2, 4, 6 are basically belonging to both of them, but it will come in the smaller set, and 0, 6, 0 and 8 will come in the 0 and 8 will come in the outer part. So this is a subset formation, right? If we draw the Venn diagram, because all the elements of set X are present in set Y, so set X is basically a subset of Y, right? So next is M and N. So again, it is written in the set notation form. So you need to tell me the elements of these sets first. So M is basically X such that X is a natural number and multiple of 3. A natural number and a multiple of 3. So what are the elements of set M? A
3,
natural
6,
number,
3, 6, 9,
3,
12,
6, 9, 12
12,
and
18, 18.
15. So how many elements should I write? So I
No,
will use
4.
this notation, right? Right? So what is this notation? What does these
Continuing.
3 dots tell? So it's
Continuing.
what is the proper word for these kind of sets? This is
Never
a
in.
Infinite.
infinite set. This is called infinite set. So we have just encountered another type of set. इससे पहले जो भी sets हैं, they are so all finite set. But the set we have written right now, it is infinite set. This set M. Okay, there is no limit. So then how will we do the operation? So then we will write down at least 4 to 5 elements and then we will perform the operation, right? So now comes set N. Set N is a prime number less than 19. So what are the prime numbers less than 19?
2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17.
2, 3, 5, 7, 11,
13,
13,
17.
17. Will 19 come in the
No.
in this? No, 19 will not come, right? So now we need to write down. Ab dekhiye, this M is infinite set. N is a finite set having 7 elements. So now we need to apply this operation M union N. So M union N will also be infinite set because of this M, right? But this is very interesting. If we find out M intersection N, so that would be a finite set because of this N. Because set N is finite, so then the answer would be a finite set. But right now, because it is a union set, and in union set, all the elements keep coming, and M is an infinite set, so it means that this answer would also be infinite. So what are the elements? What will be the elements of M union N? 2, 3, 5, then 6 will come from this set, 6, 7, 8 is not there in any of them, so 8 will not be written. Then 9 is there, then 10 is not there, 11, 12, 13. So now this is very interesting. I need to write down till 17. So after 13, 14 is not coming in this set. So then 15 is coming in this set. 16 is not coming in any of them. And then 17, and then I will just put 3 dots. This is how you need to write down to show your clear understanding about union operation, right? So this is how you will write down the answer, right? So any question in this? All right. So can anyone tell me what kind of formation is this? What is the relation between M and N? Are they overlapping, disjoint, or subset?
Overlapping.
Overlapping, because there are some common elements. 3 is coming here also, right? So I think so 3 is the only common element, right? So 3 will come in the overlapping area, and then their own elements will come in their separate portions. So now comes E part. E part is X. X is an integer, right? So integers, say you need to recall that integers are negative and positive numbers along with
Negative.
0. And there is an inequality given to you. X is bigger than -3 and less than 3. So can anyone
Minus,
tell me what are the elements of set P?
-2,
-2,
-0,
Minus 2,
0,
-1, 0,
1
2.
and 2.
0,
mhm,
0,
1 and 2.
2.
Right? 1 and 2. 3 and -3 will not come because there is a less than sign. अगर होता ना less than equal to sign, तो फिर हम 3 और -3 को भी include करते हैं, ठीक है? So now set E.
1 to 4,
Set
8.
E is X such that X is a factor of 8. So what are the
1 to
factors
4,
of 8? 1, 2, 4, 8, right? So 4 elements in this set. So these are both finite sets, right? So now we need to write down what is D union E.
-2, -1,
Minus
0,
2, -1, 0,
0, 1,
1,
2, 4, 8.
4 and 4 and 8. So, and what kind of formation is this? These two sets
Overlapping.
Overlapping.
overlapping, right? So these are overlapping sets again. So now moving on to the last part, G and H. G is X such that X belongs to natural numbers. X is less than 7. So what would be elements of set G? Natural numbers less
Infinite.
than 7.
Infinite.
No,
Sorry.
less than 7 है ना?
1 to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4,
So
5. 1 to 4,
3,
1, 2,
4,
3, 4,
5, 5, 6 also. Right? अगर सिर्फ होता ना x is a natural number तो फिर ये infinite set था, but because there is a condition कि x is less than 7, so there are only 6 elements in set G. So now let's write down H set. H is x such that x belongs to Z. Can you tell me what is this Z mean? Z is denoting which set? Z is which set? Like जैसे n is natural numbers, so Z is which set? Z is basically integers.
that is
ठीक है आपने
7.
पढ़े थे Z is integers. ठीक है ये आपने
Yes.
पढ़े थे पहले जब आपने रियल नंबर्स पढ़े थे ठीक है n belongs to n is notation for natural numbers, w is notation for whole numbers, zero भी जिसमें
Whole
आ जाता है.
numbers.
whole numbers, z is notation for integers, और जो आपके पास है लास्टली रैशनल नंबर्स उनको हम कहते हैं q, और जो इरेशनल है उनको हम कहते हैं q डैश, और रियल नंबर्स होते हैं r. ठीक है ये नोटेशंस आपको पता होनी चाहिए ये वाली. और जो प्राइम नंबर्स हैं उनके लिए समटाइम्स हम p यूज करते हैं. अगर लिखा हो ना x belongs to p, तो p का मतलब है कि x is like x is belonging to prime numbers. Similarly, odd numbers o, even numbers e, ये notations use हो सकती हैं. ठीक है अगर लिखा x belongs to e, तो इसका मतलब है x belongs to set of even numbers, right? So now let's write down elements of set H. So what are the elements of set H? They are integers, and -2, x is bigger than equal to -2 and less than equal to 3. So what will be elements of
-2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3.
-2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So this time, the borders are also included. Why? Because of this equal sign, because it is less than and equal to. Right? So that's where 3 and -2 will also come in the answer. So now what will be G union H?
-2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
0, 1, 2, 3,
4,
4,
5, 6.
5, 6. And what kind of formation is this?
Uh,
What is the relation between two sets?
overlap.
Overlapping again, right? There are some common elements, but G and H both are having their own elements as well. So this is called overlapping formation, right? So any question in union?
No.
So the tricky part is basically very good. So the tricky part of like this topic is when sometimes set or most of the time sets are given in set notation form. So there are many symbols, many ways of writing in set notation form. So you need to be very careful about it so that you are writing the numbers or the elements of the sets correctly, right? If sets are written in element form, तो फिर तो ये question बहुत ही आसान है. But if the set is written in set notation form, then you need to think and you need to write down the element form first, right? So moving on to next question. Question is find the intersection, right? Find the intersection between, find the intersection of the following two sets. So we need to write down A intersection B. What is intersection?
Common.
Common elements, right? So union was common elements as well as the non-common elements, but the intersection is only the common elements. So what would be A intersection B?
9.
9. So this is called a singleton set. I'm reminding these vocabulary words to you again and again. This is called singleton set. Singleton set कौन सा होता है? Containing just one value, right? So A intersection B is 9 and this is called a singleton set, right? So moving on to B part. What is C intersection D?
Null set. Nothing.
A null set. They can just look at this closely. There is nothing common between C and D. So अगर अब मैं इसकी Venn diagram draw करूं, so what kind of formation is this?
Disjoint sets.
Disjoint sets. This is the first time we have encountered disjoint sets, right? ये फॉर्मेशन होती है, इस तरह हम लिखते हैं डिसजॉइंट सेट्स को. अभी हम वेन डायग्राम्स भी करेंगे इंशाल्लाह सून इन दिस वीक. So you need to draw it like this. C and D are totally disjoint, like there is no overlapping area because there is nothing common between them. So this is how we will draw C and D. And what is this set called? This is the notation of null set, और इसको हम इस तरह भी लिख सकते हैं empty set. Right? Both are fine. So next is again in the set notation form, we need to write down the element form first. So can anyone tell me what will be the elements of P? P में ये बिल्कुल वैसे ही है जैसे last question में था. X such that n belongs to natural numbers. X is 3 and n is less than 1, less than 3. What are the values of n?
1 and
1 and 2 only,
Yes.
because it is less than 3. So now what are the values of P? X is 3n. So when n is 1, x would be
3 and 6.
3 and 6, right? When n would be 2, x would be 6, right? So now the second set, Q. Q is x such that x belongs to n and x is less than 7. Less than 7.
1, 3, 4, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So
6.
these are the, that's right. These are the elements of set Q. So what are the P intersection Q?
3, 6.
P and 6. And just now Hashim has recognized this is a subset formation. Just that this was disjoint. So this part is a subset formation. Why? Because P, all the elements of P are in Q. Okay. So P will be inside Q. Q is a superset of P, right? So now the next one. This is very interesting. X is X such that X is a letter of the word loyal. So what are the elements of X?
LOY. LOYAL.
L-O,
Loyal
AL.
A,
and
L.
L.
No, no, no.
L,
No.
Should I write down L again?
No.
This is very tricky, you know. Most of the students will write L 2 times. Why? Because, you know, this is a human psyche. Letters of the word loyal, so you will definitely write down 5 elements. But actually, this cell will not come. Why? Because in sets, there should not be any repetition. और ये फिर मिस्टेक यहाँ से चलती है और फिर आगे चलती ही जाती है मिस्टेक, राइट? सो इसी पे अगर आपने 2-3 ऑपरेशंस करने हो तो ये मिस्टेक हर जगह आपके आंसर को खराब करेगी. What will be the elements of set Y? Letters in the word flow.
FL.
So F, L, O, W. These are the elements of set Y. So now what is X intersection Y?
LO.
LO. Right? And what kind of formation is this?
set notation.
That is set notation. But if we draw the Venn diagram of X and Y, so
Overlap.
what will be the formation? Overlapping. Right? Why it is overlapping? Because there are some common elements and the both sets are having their own elements as well. L and O will be written in the overlapping area. This YA only belongs to set X and this OW only belongs to set Y, right? So now the next one. So probably this is not N2, this was N square, right? So now let's see. X such that X is equal to N square, where N belongs to natural numbers. So what are the elements of set G?
0,
So let me write it down. So N is basically 1, 2, 3, because it is natural number and so on. It's an infinite values N can get. So now X is N square. So keep taking a square of this. What is 1 square?
1, 4, 9, 16.
That's right. So basically G is basically set of square numbers, right? So now what is the H? What is H? H, X such that X is 4N, where N belongs to W and N is less than 5. So what are the values N will be getting? N
1, 2,
belongs
3,
to W.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3,
Multiply.
Not 1. The
4,
N belongs to W.
8,
नहीं वो बात देखते हैं. पहले मुझे ये बताएं, what are the values of N? N belongs to W. Whole numbers.
0, 1, 3, 4.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4. देखें, you should not be missing this part. That's why I'm saying that this topic is easier. Like the students make mistake in this because there are many tricks, you know, in this topic. So N belongs to 5, but N is this time a whole number. Whole number starts with 0. So the 4
0,
values
4,
N would be having are, that's right. So now we will just multiply them all with 4. So 0, 4,
8,
4
12,
threes are
16.
8, 12 and 16, right? These are the elements of set H. So now what is G intersection H?
4 and 16.
4 and 16. And what kind of relation is this these sets are having?
Overlapping.
Overlapping, right? So D intersection H is